Do, 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 do,
Did you
do.
guys hear what he just called me? I don't know if it's Desperancita or Esperancita. I don't know. He's been calling me that like the past couple days. I don't even understand what it means.
Aw, you're his maid. You're his little maid. That's what we
Oh.
that's what we call my cousin Esperancita because
I mean, I know Esperanza means hope, but how is that a maid?
Esperancita is like a stereotypical name for like a maid,
Oh.
and it's a common name. So it's like I know that's what we call my cousin whenever she complains about having to cook or clean cuz so my aunt has 3 girls and they all live in like on the same block. They're all neighbors. So they all the girls take turn cooking. So on her night, she's like she won't complain, but she'll, she's like, I don't know how to cook. I can't cook, this, that, and the other. And then she'll so all of us are like, oh, Esperancita, she's working hard. Oh, poor thing.
Well, he's been calling me that for 2 days, and I'm just like, okay, whatever.
That's funny.
I don't know what that means.
You're at the point at your relationship where like he says things you don't understand, and you're like,
And
I don't
don't
Just
care.
not
I don't
in
care.
I don't care. Exactly. Like, all right.
I don't know if that's what he means, but that's how we use it.
He explained to me what it meant, but it just that didn't make sense either. So I
Just
was
nod
like,
and smile.
okay, whatever.
Yeah. Just make up a word in English and
Yeah.
start calling him that.
Feel like I didn't brush my teeth today. I
That's
can't
gross.
remember if I did either that or I drank a lot of lemonade today.
You might want to put a bullet journal entry in for like your routines. Like,
I want to get
let
an
me
alarm.
color in the little bristle of my toothbrush.
Yeah.
Well, normally I'm really good about it. I brush my teeth twice a day, but this morning was hard.
Mm.
I didn't. Yeah, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say because today was the first morning that I didn't have to go to my kid's house this week, and so I got to sleep in.
Yay.
But that's not a yay because on the days that I am working outside of the house, I'm waking up super early and getting workouts in and getting stuff done around the house. So it's really
I
hard.
saw your little workouts you're posting on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay
Good
accountable,
job.
and like my coworker is my coach,
Mm-hmm.
so it helps.
Yeah, 5
like-
a.m. workouts, not
Yeah,
for
it helps to post it on Instagram because that way she can see it and she can not text me for the rest of the day. No offense, granted, I don't mind the texts, but if I don't work out by 10 a.m., I'm going to get a text saying, "Hey,
have you worked out yet?
Did you do it?" And so like that also helps me.
I would just like take 10 pictures in a different shirt back to back
Every day.
and save it for a day I don't work out and be like, already did it.
No,
I'm sweaty.
Girl, if
Throw
y'all
water
see,
on.
she like that's genius, and I really thought about doing that this morning. I really did cross my mind, but she posted something like her 50-day because she's been doing it for 50 days. She posted her 50-day results today, and holy shit, I was like, I'm about to make this weird. You're my fucking girl crush because hot damn, like. She got baby abs peeking, and I'm like, I want to do that.
Yender wants to buy some pills to get his abs because, you know, he's been working on some abs for I don't know how long. He's been trying to get some abs. But
he
does
like, have abs though, right? Or no?
I mean, he has side ones.
Obliques?
Yeah, those things. And the V.
Yeah.
He is that. So
he wants more.
Yeah, he wants the like the pack.
Well, he also wants to eat potatoes and plantains and
Yeah.
yuca.
Actually, we don't eat a lot of those things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Girl.
I
Okay,
cook
that's
rice,
my life then.
I cook rice,
Dude,
but I
even-
don't cook it that often. And we have plantains, like tostones, like every now and then, like maybe once every 2-3 months. I obviously
Mitchell.
don't cook yuca
Yeah.
because
Well.
we don't have access to a lot
Oh,
of it.
Yeah.
And the only potatoes we eat are sweet potatoes.
Yeah, that's
Mitchell
good.
likes it so much he'll like randomly come home with like 2 out of the 3 items, and he's like, "Yeah, I just felt like it." He likes it so much he's learned to cook it so that we can cook it when his mom comes to visit, or when his brother and his sister-in-law come and visit. Like whenever his family comes and visits, he makes sure we have it on deck so that we can have it every day. Okay.
Shit.
So,
How is everybody? How are you guys?
well, I would like to say that I feel like, I don't know if it's just been the last couple of weeks or something. This is just how I'm feeling. I just feel like there's been like, we've all just somehow managed to get super busy. So the only times I feel like we talk are about this. And like and I came to that realization this week, and it like bugged the fuck out of me. It like I was like, how the fuck have I not reached out to my fucking best friends? Like, this is not cool. And that's why the next day I texted you. That's why I texted y'all. Y'all, I had a fucking anxiety last night. Help me. I was
Yeah.
like, no, how am I, I'm sitting here expecting these girls to message me when they need a friend, but yet I'm here, like, with residual anxiety from less than 24 hours before. And I'm not reaching out to the people that I should be reaching out to.
Yeah.
So that really got me. And then I had an anxiety attack. And then I've been working out for like a week now.
Good.
I feel like working out is good for anxiety. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps keep
it-
it at bay. As long as you don't
Good,
get
as long as you don't get anxious about working out and like
true.
you know.
Like, I have to go work out. I have to. I
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
Because if it becomes an unhealthy habit.
If
Yeah.
it becomes an unhealthy obsession and habit,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I think that if it becomes like there's also like how I've been doing it, where it's not an obsession yet, but it is like, it is sort of an outlet. And even though it's hard to actually get to it, I try to remember the feeling that I get right after I work out, which is like, you're going to have a great day. Go drink your coffee, go get shit done, make a to-do list, do 1 or 2 things. So today I decided that every day I'm going to try to do 3 things. My one thing for every day is going to be working out, and then 2 other things that I feel like I've neglected in my day-to-day. Today it was the litter box and washing the dishes, and I added a 4th thing and cooked dinner.
Good job.
Nice. So you
I'm
only
really
gotta do
proud
2
of myself.
tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
how I look at it, Andy.
I got
4 yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I only got to do 2 tomorrow. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm ahead of my schedule.
You, Andy, what's going on with you?
What's going on with me? I'm okay. I actually had a story to say today, and then I forgot it. I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
no. It wasn't because of you. I like forgot it before we started doing
Mom
this.
brain.
Yeah. So I can't begin to tell you what it was.
Was it
So-
about Isla? Was it
No,
about
it wasn't about Isla
Avery?
because I said I didn't want
Talk
to.
about Isla.
Yeah, I wanted to say something else, and then I forgot it. So maybe I'll remember later on. But I'm okay. Life's good.
I'm gonna need more than that.
I know.
Dude, she'll remember her story. Anita, you go first. And
Okay.
then Andy, if you remember in the middle of her sentence, don't forget
Interrupt.
to interrupt.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Yes,
say
please interrupt.
I will.
I really don't have anything.
Oh, I
to-
remembered.
Oh, there you go.
No, I was proud of myself because today I switched out my winter clothes to my summer clothes, and I packed away all my winter clothes. I put up all my summer clothes, and I said it cannot be cold ever again.
And it's going to be cold tomorrow.
No, it's gonna be like 80 degrees here.
Woo! Finally, you guys get
I
pretty
never
weather.
do that. I never pack my winter. I don't have winter and summer clothes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wear every season, well, first of all,
Everything.
I don't own a lot of sweaters because I'm
Oh,
not ever cold.
okay.
And if I'm cold, I wear just like a cardigan or something
Yeah. Yeah.
or a coat. I dress
Yeah.
in layers. I've always dressed in layers.
Uh-huh.
So you can always take clothes off, but you can't always put them on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not that type of like put away your winter clothes, take out your summer clothes.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're
Yeah.
always out.
No, I have a lot of sweaters because I get cold. So
Same.
but usually I like it's like a month into summer before I like make the switch. And so then I'm just getting like clothes from like the bin that I have my summer clothes in. But I actually did it. Yeah. So
Well, I put my shoes away in my closet yesterday.
that's good.
No, wait. Was it yesterday? It might have been Tuesday. So that's something relating to clothes.
There you go.
Nice.
So I have a rack for my shoes, but I never actually use the rack. I just like get the shoes off the rack and then I throw them back into the closet. And then like eventually there's just a sea of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
I'm like
nothing on the rack.
and nothing on the rack. And I'm searching for the pair to the shoe. So I was like in the closet because I needed to be in the closet.
Yeah.
And decided to
Cleaning in my closet.
clean it up. Yeah.
Cleaning
But
out
I
my
got
closet.
my Fitbit.
Did you
Look
get it
at
connected to your
us!
phone?
Everybody put your Fitbit.
Finally.
Oh, but yes, girl, yes.
And I got pink
I
It's
know.
so
I was
pretty.
with rose gold, but I can change the band. I liked the rose gold thingy, that part, this part.
it's cute.
That's why I got the rose gold. That's why I got this band because it came with the rose gold. But I can change the band. But I went for a walk today and I'm at 3,639 steps.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Yesterday I got to like 2,000, which was really bad.
Did you set like a daily goal on there, or
I'm just gonna go for like the first 2 weeks and see how many
what the
steps I
average is?
go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I guess like I'm gonna push myself.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do.
That's what my
I
mother.
that's good. I put the alarm in there where it like tells me I think like it tells me I have to take 150 steps every hour, which is like not a lot. But you know, sometimes if
Yeah.
you're like sitting on the computer, sitting on the couch or whatever,
Fuck.
you could go like 2 hours without taking a step. So it'll
Yeah.
go off and tell me like you have 68 steps left in this hour. But it only do it
Yeah.
once. So if I like don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. It won't
Yeah,
keep on buzzing.
I have it set for like I think it's like 200 steps every hour.
I got annoyed with that notification, so I
I like it. I like it because earlier this morning I think I had like 80 steps left, so I just got up and walked around the
Yeah.
living room.
Yeah.
I was like
And-
80 steps. That's
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, sometimes it's. Oh, and then brushing your teeth, you can get a lot of steps in, in case you're ever bored.
I wear it on my non-dominant hands, so
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too, but I
I
noticed that I use both hands pretty much the same amount.
yeah.
And so this morning it was calculating me moving my left hand as a step, and I was like, hold on, I'm just gonna switch it to be dominant. So
Mhm.
whatever I wear it on,
Yeah.
it'll be. All right. Well, hola gorditas or saludos gorditas.
Hola, bonitas.
hi. I'm doing-
You
Hi.
sounded like one of like a high schooler. Hi.
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 Hi, I'm Steph.
No, I'm Steph.
No, I'm Steph. But I am Anita, for real.
I'm Andy.
Why
And for real, I think I'm Steph.
So today on Gorditas, Sassy and Unqualified, we're going to be talking about diet culture. All right. So says staying 6 feet away from
Food
one,
guilt.
Food guilt.
Food guilt.
Okay, can we explain explain to me what food guilt is? Like in my thoughts, food guilt is like when you're hiding in the kitchen eating a cookie because you don't want anybody else to see it.
Yeah, when
Is
you
that food
Yeah.
guilt?
Or yeah, I mean, not even hiding
Not-
it, but just like
not
mentally
always.
too. Well, yeah, not always. I
Like you're
would say,
because
mentally
sometimes you're hiding from
okay.
your kids, I've heard.
Yeah.
Well, you're hiding from your kids because you don't want them to have any. Of
Yeah, I know, but like that's what I mean by that. I'm talking about the hiding part. Sometimes you're hiding
Yeah.
from your kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're hiding from your guilt or your
Yeah.
diet.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would say like you have something and then maybe you spend like the next like 2 hours or 3 days like thinking about that one thing that
Okay.
you shouldn't have had. I think it's
Like
more like a
obsessing
mental
over.
thing. Like
Yeah.
I shouldn't have had that burger with that cheese and bacon on it, you
Like I
know?
shouldn't have just ate those 3 Oreos before this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like kind of obsessing over it.
For example, waiting until midnight when you know your husband is a heavy sleeper, going down and sneaking the Oreos that you bought for him,
That-
knowing
that's just wife guilt.
it's just knowing that
That's
he's probably gonna notice that the box
Yeah.
is a little lighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
a little
Well,
lighter.
I always buy the bad food for Yender, but this really for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my. Isn't that everybody's? Everybody who goes
Yes.
grocery shopping.
Like, you know the Magnum chocolate ice cream, the caramel one?
Yes, girl.
Oh
Yes.
man, that is my
Wasn't sure where this was going, but
that is
The
my weakness.
Magnum.
The Magnum ice cream. That is my
okay, okay.
I buy one tub for me and one tub for Yender, and it normally lasts me. One tub normally lasts me. I'm not ashamed to say this at all. It lasts me 2 days. I bought one for Yender, and he miraculously has been able to keep it in the freezer for like a week now.
Oh, nice.
I was watching Survivor last night, season finale. I was like, I know there's ice cream in there. I wonder if he ate any of it.
Mhm.
It was fresh, like
Oh,
hadn't been
God.
opened. He
Yeah.
came in right as I was like I was about to dig in. I heard the door unlock as I was putting the spoon in, and I was like, and I
Oh.
kept going.
He's not coming in here.
He came in and he was like, "Who said that was for you? That's me." Like,
Who bought groceries?
I'm eating it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Oh,
okay,
Y'all
Go
should do Instacart, by the way. I love Instacart.
yeah, I like it. I just honestly, I kind of like to go and get my own food.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what it. I think it's like something mentally that
no.
like I'm just like I want to go pick out that off the shelf by myself.
Yeah. And like we make our recipes like for the week and like just the week. But then sometimes like we don't know what we want to make, so then we just like walk around the grocery store and kind of like make
Let
up
things
recipes
talk to
as we
you.
know. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's inspiration.
Right.
Yeah.
So the next one says keto and every other sad diet. So stay 6 feet away from every keto and every other sad diet. So I call those fad diets,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was gonna say I read. So this part reminded me of the Mindy Kaling book, the Why Are People Hanging Out Without Me?
Everyone's hanging out without me.
Yeah, that one. And where she says, I love fad diets. Fad diets are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Fad diet is just like a habit at this point. She's like,
Yeah.
I've tried every single one under the sun and I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump off the wagon, then I'm going to get right back on for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So that was. Go ahead, Andy.
Well, I was gonna say I think there are some like I've heard like keto and paleo and all that. Like I know they can also be like fat diets, but also I think there are sometimes some reasons why people do follow them. That's not just necessarily like because they're popular. They just came out. I think sometimes like medical reasons.
Yeah,
too. Like people do really well on like paleo or sometimes keto, or they might have like inflammation of something and then cutting things out, or like the Whole30 to kind of see like if you're allergic to anything.
Yeah.
I think some people do really well on those, but again that's because like medically it works for them and they figure that out. But then sometimes like you said, sometimes people just like to try out these things.
But most fad diets start as medical research or medical like somebody in medicine or a dietitian, which is also in medicine, but somebody comes up with this to help either keto, like keto for diabetes, or I can't remember what paleo is for, but it started off with that. Atkins diet is for cholesterol.
Yeah.
and all those other.
Yeah.
And they just find their niche and they like kind
They
of run
work.
with it. And
Somebody's like, oh my God, my dietitian
they
told
can
me
sell
about
it.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's like word of mouth. So it's like somebody starts off because their doctor told them to do this, and then they go and tell their friend, oh my God, this really worked. I lost so much weight on it. And then they're like, oh, let me try it. And
Yeah.
it just,
Well,
that
see,
just
that's the
gets
thing.
ball rolling.
When it,
capitalism.
when it becomes about the weight and just the weight, then
Mhm.
maybe that's when like maybe people should like check their intentions. But when
Yeah.
it's about like when it's medically helping you with something that, I mean, sometimes weight related issues are like a medical issue that you might need to worry about, but also like when, like I said, like inflammation of something, or like your joints are hurting, or like your cholesterol issues, or what did you say keto was for? Diabetes. You know, like you know, sometimes people have to follow those diets because of that, and then there are positive side effects to those things that aren't just weight related things. That they do have their they do have their niche, because sometimes they do work for those things, and it's good.
Yeah, but also a lot of times I feel like fad diets get so like popular because they are like somebody's getting money from it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if they're getting money speaks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just it gains popularity, and then the next person is like, oh well, I need to jump on this money wagon.
Yeah.
I need to promote myself as a keto expert.
Yeah.
And I can sell it. So I feel like that is where it gets more popular and it gets so crazy.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of just goes away from the medical aspect of it, and it goes straight into the monetary aspect of it, and like how can I get how can I get money from people?
Yeah.
That's how.
And also, how can I get money from people who will like that may, I don't know how to phrase this, but like
gullible people.
They may prey on the weak, you know, on like people who like are wanting to try these diets no matter the cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's not good. That's not
right.
good. But have you guys jumped on a fad diet? Like, have you actually tried one of these?
Yes, I was gonna ask that also.
I haven't.
I have.
Oh,
go ahead, Steph.
No,
you talk to yours.
I was just gonna say I don't, because I have no self-discipline for diets.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore I am not.
48 steps left.
Is Weight Watcher not considered a diet, or is that more like a plan? What's the difference?
Yeah.
I don't consider
a diet or a plan.
Yeah, I don't consider it a diet. I consider it
I've considered a
tool.
That.
I consider it a tracking tool, kind of like journaling.
Mm-hmm.
But also, instead of having to go on the internet and research what can I eat, what's healthier than what, all of that is already displayed basically on a chart for me, telling me, okay, so carrots are healthier than chocolate Hershey Kisses. Granted, I know that, but seeing it makes it a lot more feasible and attainable to keep. And also the tracking. Oh damn. Hold on.
Is that your husband?
Honey,
with his fresh haircut?
Fuck yeah, he did.
Look at them eyes. Look at him.
Oh, look at that.
God damn.
Did he get new jeans too? What's going on, Lord?
Handsome. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Let us see him. Let us see him. Let us see him.
You went inside, honey. They want to see you. Honey. I need you to come out here and save my life. I'm choking. This dick too big.
Oh my god.
But I agree that like Weight Watchers is a tool, but I also feel like Weight Watchers is a cognitive what is the cognitive process where you like relearn things? Like relearn how to do things. I don't know. But it kind of just teaches you how to like think in a different way. And to think about food in a different way of how to nourish your body instead of just eat because. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, not everybody that does Weight Watchers needs that. They just need it more for the tracking side, the tool
Mhm.
side. But other people need it for the cognitive, like,
You're
habit.
essentially
habitude.
rewiring your brain.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's a good tool because it's a good reference, it's a good resource, but also it helps you track. I am horrible at keeping journals. Like 3 of my doctors have always been like, "Hey, I need you to keep track of what you're eating because we need to see what changes you need to make
Yeah.
because it could cause this, that, and the other." And I never do. But with Weight Watchers, it's a lot easier because you can, like, it's
'Cause
just
it's on
cool
your
to be.
phone.
It's on your phone, and also you're just like, okay, well, this is 0 points. This is 0 points. This whole meal was 10
0.
points.
Mhm.
But what was in it, like, you can break it down and you're like, what was in it to make it so
Yeah.
unhealthy?
Mm-hmm.
Or what is your minimum for a meal? Like, what is your goal?
Mm-hmm.
So you can just see, like, helps
The
you
big picture.
dissect it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see the big picture, but it helps you dissect your whole meal.
Okay, I have a question, and it's just to like be the devil's advocate.
Sure.
I love those people.
Why do you think we're friends?
Okay, so I'll give the whole backstory. So I follow these like on Instagram. I follow places to get my recipes from, etc. Like, so there's these couple of girls that I follow, and um, there's a pattern where these girls that are coming up with like the recipes and they have their blog and all that, they have been through like eating disorders like in the past. And so they've gone through the whole like dieting, all that thing. And then they finally reached a point in their lives where they finally have a healthy relationship with food, right? And so they talk a lot about like intuitive eating, and just because like they've gone through these diets where like everything where something was restricted or they were tracking the food that they were eating and it became obsessive for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so to go away from all of that, they do now what's called like intuitive eating, which again, like I said, is basically just eating, but that's what they have to call it now because of like everything that they went through, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you
But
like?
still is cognitively
Yeah,
teaching
Rewiring?
themselves, rewiring. Yeah.
yeah, but the thing is that they were tracking everything. Now they track
Mhm.
nothing, right?
Mhm, yeah.
So so that's my question is like, I mean, I feel like you guys from what it sounds like, you guys are getting something positive from this and it's like really helping you, but like
Mhm.
what happens when people take it to the max and it becomes obsessive? Like, do you think it does damage your intuition? Like Steph, you said it was good for you to see on a piece of paper that carrots were healthier than chocolate, right? And like that's good that it helps you, but again, like, what happens when you need to see that piece of paper all the time and then you don't follow your intuition, or you don't like listen to, or you don't listen to what your body needs, like, because
Yeah.
your body might need that piece of chocolate one time instead of the carrot, right? Not based on like points, but based on like the comfort that it might bring you, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, I just wanted to get your opinion on that. Like, what does it do to your intuition when it comes to eating and your relationship with food?
So in my case, I never make the healthier choice
Mm-hmm.
ever. I make the most delicious choice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, in as far as Weight Watchers, like Anita was saying, it's more so I'm more conscious of what I'm putting into my body,
Mm-hmm.
and to remind myself that I need to make the healthier option, even though that burger with cheese, pickles, and bacon and ranch and mayo sounds really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably try to stick with the burger without all the extra toppings.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I have a choice between a slice of pizza and a calzone, choose the cheese pizza, not the pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just to make yourself more conscious of it. And yeah, it could get to a point where you become too dependent on it. Hopefully, though, because I know people that it seems like they become obsessed.
Yeah.
And hopefully they have a loved one that's like, hold on, it's Thanksgiving and you've been really good all year fucking round.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe don't worry about the fact that you're about to have 2 slices of pie, a large plate of turkey, and some mashed potatoes.
Okay,
Poor
well, I
Angel.
wanted to say that I feel like Weight Watchers, for me, it's been, I don't track every day. I
Mhm.
don't track every meal.
Mhm.
I might track one meal a day. I might track all of my meals in a day. But it's just teaching me, like Steph said, the choices that I make on certain things. Like I've jumped on I feel like every freaking fad diet around, because that's what we started talking about, not Weight Watchers specifically, but fad diets.
Yeah.
I've done the calorie counting. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done keto. I've done Fit Girl. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of Fit Girl's Guide. So I literally have done many diets, but all of them have been, except for keto, have been a tool to teach me
Mm-hmm.
the things that I need to be more conscious of. Like with the Fit Girl's Guide, it taught me to be aware of the amount of sodium in things, and it taught me how to create healthy recipes,
Yeah.
so that it would be feeding my body what the nourishment that it needed.
Mm-hmm.
And calorie counting helped me realize that, like, oh, I can have 2 slices of pizza in a day, but that's all I'm gonna eat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I want to make sure I don't go over my calories, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna go over them.
Mm-hmm.
But with Weight Watchers, it's taught me that I can have those things that are supposedly bad for me in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
I can enjoy mashed potatoes and gravy, but use a different kind of, like, I don't know,
Balance.
make a healthier version of the gravy. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe use cauliflower instead of potatoes, or half and half cauliflower, half potatoes, and make some mashed potatoes and have some healthier version of potatoes.
Yeah.
I don't want to stay too much on fad dieting, but like, I feel like a balance is the key to the fad diets.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I just think that not everybody has that
Yeah.
perspective, right? Which
Right.
is sad,
Yeah.
but not everybody has that perspective.
Yes.
Some people
Yeah.
I like to think I have
And
that perspective, but also in reality, like shit, I'm not the healthiest person.
but those people
Like the
that
worst.
don't have that perspective, and they are more they do have eating disorders,
Yeah.
I don't feel like those are the people that kind of lean towards fad diets. They're more extreme.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't consider calorie counting a fad diet, but I did call it a fad diet. It's more of a obsessive type thing.
Uh-huh.
All right, so can we move past fad dieting?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is that it's a really sensitive
Yeah.
topic, because it's not a fad diet until
It becomes one.
it affects someone negatively.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't
So
necessarily think fad dieting is when it affects someone negatively. I feel like a fad diet, to me, in my opinion, is a diet that has been publicized to be effective for everyone.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's not. There's no
And
one
it's
diet
not.
for everybody.
and that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's why that's because of, in that context, I take it to, it's that when it becomes popularized to everybody and accessible to everybody, not necessarily the wrong people, but it gets to the people that don't need it, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
that's when it becomes a problem for them. So when it becomes accessible to the unnecessary population, that's to me that's a
Yeah.
fad diet. It takes the extra step makes it a fad diet.
Yeah.
So before we move on, I wanted to mention the comments that we got from our question, which the question was, have you ever fad dieted, and what was it and how did it go? Because I told the people that I would mention them, and Kylie answered, and she said that she tried the Whole30 and it was exhausting to check every
Oh.
label, but it felt
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And Sandy,
Yeah, my sister.
yeah, your sister, she said she tried no sugar for
Oh
she said it
Lord, bless
lasted for
her.
a day.
Bless her heart. Okay.
Yeah, I laughed at that one too. I thought it was cute. It lasted a day.
Knowing
can't
her,
do
there's
it.
no way. I can't believe she would try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my mom. My mom needs sugar every moment of the day,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Every
Yeah.
30
I
minutes.
agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do we want to move on in the thing, or do we want to do the questions that we posted?
I mean,
Why don't let's talk about the scale.
yeah,
Okay.
the scale. Oh,
So the scale, we're staying 6 feet away from the scale.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the scale, in a medical standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
is obviously a scale, but it's a number that represents your location on the like, what is it called, the BMI and all those numbers. That's
Yeah.
where you stand in the health zone, basically.
Yeah.
So it's just a number that the medical, in my opinion, you can shake your head all you
The
want.
world assigns to
In
you.
the medical world, they give you a label, a number to label you on whether you're healthy or not. That's how I see it.
some bullshit because it says I'm 5 feet tall and I am 20 pounds overweight. Bitch, try me.
Oh man. See,
Try
I don't
me.
number, it's just a number. It's just like an age.
I'm
Age
all
is a number.
titties, guys.
Yeah.
Although somebody should have told me that age is not really a number for men.
Yender, you listening to this? You're getting
If
old.
they are, you should never marry a man unless he's 30 something.
Oh.
Ladies, even if you're in your 50s, shoot for the 90s.
The older, the better.
The older, the better.
The more money, the better, too.
True.
Okay.
So I hate the scale. I hate the scale because, like you said, in the medical field, it's a thing.
Right. But it does help you regulate
Mm-hmm.
your weight. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, like I had a roommate, he obsessed over the scale. Like he would weigh himself every day.
Oh gosh, why?
But in his mind, it was because he knew that if he was staying level, then he could eat the way he had been eating.
You know, people have their own way of working through things, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But like, do you need to check every day to see if you feel good with your body, to see, I understand, well, maybe once a week, but I don't know.
Yeah, and like it's just an iffy situation because like if you're like using the scale to make sure that your weight isn't fluctuating more than a healthy amount, say 5 to 10 pounds,
yeah,
then cool. And once you reach that 10-pound mark, it's like, okay, dude, you should really try to work out a little harder. Or is it muscle? Like start asking yourself, why is it more than 10 pounds? Or why is it more than 5 pounds? Because then it could be a health issue. That's when you do need, I see the pros and cons in scale, and I can totally see the mindset that your old roommate had, but
I felt like it was too obsessive, and like I tried it for a little while, and I was just like miserable all the time. Because I was just thinking about, okay, God, it didn't go down today, but then I would get up on it again the next day and be like, oh frick, it went up 0.2 pounds, or 2 point. I guess that's 2 ounces. I don't know. but I was just like, I would get in a rut
Yeah.
because I was kind of like following his lead, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Weigh myself once or twice a week,
Yeah.
or once or twice a month. Like I don't know why I said week. I meant month.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that, like, I feel like with Weight Watchers, I'm going back to Weight Watchers, and I kind of want to like analyze the name of Weight Watchers.
Mm-hmm.
Like the title is Weight Watcher.
Well, they changed it now.
So
it's wellness something.
Still in the public is still viewed as Weight
Yeah, because
Watchers,
it's been Weight Watchers for like fucking decades now.
Years, right? And I'm proud of them for changing it and
yes,
and noticing that is influencing negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Because Weight Watchers means like you're literally watching your weight go down or go up.
Yeah.
And that is in my opinion, a negative way to look at it.
Yeah.
You should be working on your wellness, which what the tool is for, the wellness aspect of it, instead of watching your weight go down on the scale, which they also want you to weigh yourself at least once a week.
Because probably when Weight Watchers started, an olive and a martini were part of your fucking breakfast.
Yes, let's go back to that.
I'm gonna fucking find it and send it to you, Anita, so you can post it. Literally an ad online where it said, like, if you're trying to lose weight for a housewife, like it was like
have an olive
or 2 olives and then a glass of martini, and I'm pretty sure Sarah was during lunch or dinner or something like that, like at some point. So that's probably around the time where Weight Watchers started.
Yeah.
So.
That was the old the posters for Guinness is the same thing too. It's like, drink Guinness, it's good for your health. Like they used to advertise it as like, drink it because it's good for you, like all of this alcohol. Yeah.
Smoke a pack a day. It ain't gonna kill you.
I agree with it. So
I know, right?
Beer
a day keeps
I
the
think
doctor
you should
away.
have a glass of wine every day.
As long as it rhymes, I think it works.
Yeah.
As long as it rhymes, I think it's fine.
I'm cutting that out.
Cut all your jokes out.
I was gonna say, for me, I know myself like who I am, and I think when things are about numbers, I get obsessed, and I need to get away from that, which is why it took me a long time to like buy my Fitbit, because I knew that I would get obsessed with how many steps I take every day, and like how many calories I burned every day, like I didn't want to look at that, because if I saw that one day I walked 10,000 steps, and then I know the next day I'm going to want to walk 10,001 steps, right? And I feel like that's like if I were to do Weight Watchers, well, I could never do Weight Watchers because of like the point system, right? Like I would become obsessed with numbers, and that's why like I don't do the scale. I don't have a scale, and like I don't do that because of like numbers. I can't.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, at least you're your healthy, or like your own competitor. Like you're competing against yourself and not somebody else.
Okay, so I've had to slowly change my mental, like the way I mentally look at weight loss. When I first started, I did become obsessed with like tracking, because I'd started with calorie counting. And I became obsessed with, okay, like I can only eat this many calories in a day, and if I go over it, it's a problem. I'm gonna have to work out this long to burn this many calories. But it became where I would eat just the amount of calories I would burn. And so then I was like in a super deficit of calorie intake. And I was losing weight, but I was unhealthy with it. And so that's why I was like, okay, I got to stop with the calorie counting. It's working, but it's not working in a good, healthy way.
But I'm glad you were able to recognize.
Oh, yeah.
Anita, because
I feel like I've always been able to like see when things, it might take me a minute, but I'll see like, okay, this is becoming a issue.
Yeah.
or I'll just eventually be like, okay, I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of tracking. I'm tired of doing this. Like, I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned with Weight Watchers, I've learned that I can set goals for myself
Mm-hmm.
based on previous what things I've previously done. Like like if, for example, like I was talking about at the beginning, like with my Fitbit, like I walked, I don't know, 2,000 steps today.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, are you going to try to
Do
like, are you going to try to set up a 10,000 step goal? And I was like, no, I'm going to try just to see what my average is and then challenge myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's healthy and that's good, because that's what works for you. Right.
Yeah.
But, you know,
it might not work for everybody.
No,
and
it doesn't work for everybody.
That's the thing. Like, that's
why
why fad diets don't work for everybody, because it's not made for everybody, because everybody is individual and we're all individual people and we're not made the same. Our ancestors are not made the same.
Yeah.
Like, you can eat a lot of carbs and still be skinny.
Mm-hmm.
I eat a carb and I gain 20 pounds.
Same.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Are there any questions that go along with that?
Yeah, sorry.
On IG?
Thank you. So basically, healthy, it kind of like relates to it. It's like, what's the definition of healthy?
Yeah.
And I feel like kind of we've hit that, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, what is your definition of healthy?
My definition of healthy. Go ahead. I don't know what my definition is. Somebody?
I like that. It kind of goes back to all the questions that I've been asking, but it's like, honestly, just checking in with your body, and like, it's all about intuition. Like, if you feel good at that moment about what you ate and you're able to kind of like walk away with no food guilt and no obsession, then you're okay. But if you're thinking, I don't know, just when thoughts become too obsessive. Negative. And again, like, and that can be based on numbers, or that can be based on activity, or that can be based on like the type of food that you're eating. You just have to kind of know yourself and know what are your triggers, right? And like, I know the triggers for me are the numbers, and I know sometimes like exercising can be a big trigger for me. Like, I can become obsessed with that too. So I kind of just like, I need to watch for those things. So So I think you just have to know who you. That doesn't really describe what healthy is to me. But I guess just having like knowing who you are, and having a connection with your body and mind, and like knowing how they work together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that definitely all of that for sure, but also either going to a dietitian who, for the most part, at least our generation of, or at least the people from our generation of dietitians that I've met, they prefer nutritionists now, but also they're more genuine and sincere about taking care of your body and balance and all this. But also, I think that if you're healthy, if you go to the doctor and medically, scientifically speaking, everything looks good. And by doctor, I don't mean any physician. I mean someone you trust, someone who isn't trying to sell you the latest diet pill, and someone who's also not like, who also doesn't have or blast diets negatively, like like no negative connotation to the word diet, because diet doesn't necessarily mean restriction. Diet is literally just the food that you inhale, or not inhale, but that you ingest.
I inhale it.
I inhale too. I mean, I hardly chew. I don't chew. Mitchell's like, what the fuck? Why are you done eating already?
It took me 5 seconds.
What you mean? Me and my dad used to race dinner.
That was good.
Shit.
How do you know it was good? Well, it's in me.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
It ain't on my plate.
Yeah.
So, every time somebody asks me, how do you know if you're being healthy, I always remember this post that I saw a long time ago, that, and I see it pretty frequently, but food is 80% of health,
Mm-hmm.
and the other 20 is working out.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm eating foods that make me feel good, like, and they're, like you said, like you mentioned, food guilt, like if they don't make
Yeah.
me feel guilty, then I feel healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to work out every single day and feel healthy, but it helps me mentally feel healthy because the endorphins release and all that jazz. So that's what I consider healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially a holistic approach to it, but I also believe in medicine. Like there's a reason
Yeah.
why there are
Yeah.
doctors around.
Yeah.
So I think if you have like it's always about balance. If you have a good balance between your relationship with medicine and your relationship with actual food, I think you're good. Like if you feel good, like you said, if you feel good after a whole meal you ate, and you feel good after going to the doctor and the doctor says that you're looking good, then hell yeah, you're
Like,
healthy.
thank you, boo.
Yeah, then fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And then
So
at the end of the day, it just kind of influences though the way you see yourself. Like
Yeah.
because both of those could be good, you could be fine on those, but then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, ay Dios mío, mira este chicho. Ay Dios mío, mira este. So you're just like,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I'm just the one dancing in the mirror. Oh yes, look at that.
See,
ass,
exactly.
girl.
But you got a booty. So
Girl, I got boobs and tits. Okay, for days.
Wait, boobs and tits?
you got
Those
boobs
are
and tits. Me too.
But that's okay because I like both mine. Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys what our responses were on Instagram. For the question, what is your definition of healthy? Jenna said happiness.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
she said to be able to moderate exercise or to be able to do moderate exercise without gasping for air and being able to do it full and correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be like, if you can go through the day and do everything you want to do, like get down and get something from the floor or clean your house or clean your room and like if you are able to go through
Without being out of
life's
breath,
activities without like being out of breath or without like being inhibited from doing something you want to do, then
well,
I
don't know
sweat
about-
when I vacuum.
Yeah, I don't know about cleaning because I get hard into the cleaning and I'm
I
like
swear.
scrubbing
I know
hard,
it sucks. Yeah.
and I'll be.
But you
sweating.
finish at some point. You
I'll
Sometimes
work
I'll be
out.
out of breath.
You gotta take a break, but
We're cleaning the groceries, and
Yeah.
afterwards I'm just like,
oh,
and you're just like, what's wrong with you? I'm tired.
I've been scrubbing those
Shit.
potatoes.
Shit,
Rubbing
you
those
don't know.
potatoes. And Kylie said an overall sense of feeling good physically, mentally, and emotionally, which is
Kylie,
pretty much what we said, right?
Kylie with the wise words.
Yes. She was like, can you tell I'm trying to avoid working? And I was like, not at all.
Girl, please.
All right. So is there more on that list?
Let me see.
I have
Yeah.
the
Detoxes, cleanses, and celery juice.
do we want to talk about that or?
So my
No.
gastroenterologist said that they are healthy until like like the fad diet
until that's all you do.
a diet
Yeah.
or well no until if your body becomes physically dependent on these juices and cleanses to take a shit,
Oh,
then it's a problem.
Yeah.
I
like-
depend on coffee though.
Yeah, same here. So I don't think that's a problem because I eat other food too.
yeah,
But, you know,
yeah.
like if you feel like you can only take a shit once a month when you do your 3-day cleanse, it's a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the only thing.
It's a serious problem. If you're only taking a shit once a month,
Well, I mean, I know
Hard.
people that don't.
No
that
way
take
to
shit
live.
once a week and less than that. So
Yeah.
wait, what? You only do it once a week?
no, I do it every morning, girl. I drink coffee.
Yeah.
I do it 3 times a day.
Oh Lord, Emery does the same thing too. He can go anytime, anywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm only in the mornings too, Steph. So
Yeah, no.
3
Morning,
times.
that's it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Around 11 o'clock is my usual.
No, mine's like right in the morning,
Oh,
and
really?
then that's it.
Now, since I'm waking up at 5 like it's usually By 9 o'clock, I'm already on the toilet.
So the question is, do you think the words fat, obese, gorda are offensive?
Okay, so we call ourselves gorditas, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I also think
But-
that there's a cultural difference to that, right? Because
Girl,
in
yes.
Spanish, you can call anyone gorda, and you can even call them names based on their skin color.
But
Like,
if I
you
call
can-
my sister fatty, she gonna cry.
Exactly. And it's completely different in Spanish and English. Like, in Spanish, it's a term of endearment. I mean, it just, I guess, depends on
It
like
can
how
be
the other
used.
person reacts to it, right? But like we call ourselves that, and we see it as, I think, as like a cute thing, right? Like calling
Endearment.
ourselves gorditas.
Yes.
It's just like,
Literally
but-
sat down, said we liked food, and we're like, well, shit, it fits.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I guess when it comes to English, it's a little trickier, and again, it has to do with like social media and all that stuff. So
And also, being fat or being overweight or being chunky isn't really at least, never mind, keep going. It's a
No,
thing.
keep going, because you're gonna say exactly what I was gonna say.
Well, I was gonna say
Because
that
being fat and being obese and being overweight is okay.
it
doesn't matter.
is. No, it really
It's
is.
fine. It's not a negative thing. And if somebody's walking down the street, personally,
Because shit,
because
you're
I am a
fucking-
fat girl,
and you
I
got big
am
titties and a
thick
big ass.
girl, and I'm a thick girl, and I'm gorda, and I am obese, and I'm all of those words.
yeah.
Okay, I am all of those words. None of those words are offensive
What?
to me. None of those words
Mm-hmm.
would offend me if a stranger said them walking by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keyword stranger.
Okay.
However,
Uh-huh.
those words to me are offensive if, like you said, your sister said it to you, or your husband said it to you,
Yeah.
or your aunt or grandma, which if they have any respect for you, they probably wouldn't say those things. And if they do, they're probably joking, or
Mhm.
they're trying to joke, and it's not funny.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like they're not offensive if a stranger says them to me, because I don't give a fuck what people think about me, because that's just my personality. So if it were Steph or Andy, you guys might take it offensive if a stranger said it and
Mhm.
take it as judgmental, but I don't give a fuck. But I do care what my family thinks and what they say.
Mhm.
I mean, it's duh. Like, I mean, I hate to admit this, but like growing up, my mom was always like, "You sure you want to eat that?" Like every once in a while, she'd be like, "Mijita, you're getting
There's
a
that
little."
food guilt.
But she like, so it's always been like it was an issue. Like for a while, it hasn't been an issue until recently, where like my mom literally one day was like, "Mijita, are you sure you're not pregnant?" Porque I was like, this was when I was struggling with a lot of stuff, and I was like 150 pounds.
Mhm.
And for little me, that's pretty round,
Mhm.
especially when you have no ass to like balance you out.
Balance.
So it's like you can tell when homegirl gains weight. So yeah, no, like I get that. Like it sucks, but if somebody else, like, whatever, if somebody else says it.
What about, okay, I wanted to share a story, but I realized that what do you guys think about like guilt or shame over the opposite of being like skinny? Like, are you fine when people share their story like, oh, I've been skinny shamed? Like, do you like just look at them and say like what are you complaining about? Or do you actually think that they did go through that and believe them? Like, what do you
agree.
think?
I believe that they did, especially if like there's somebody that's super tiny. Like, because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you have been through that, Andy, but you are a small person, and as long as I've known you, you've been small.
Yeah.
But I don't know if, like, I've obviously never been on that spectrum. But I do feel that being super skinny and being offended by the word, "Oh, you look skinny," or you're tiny, or "Oh, you look like a skeleton," or something like that.
Yeah.
When
Can
it
be
gets
just
to
as
that,
offensive as you're obese or you're fat or
Yeah.
you're,
Mhm.
I feel like it just as offensive.
Like,
Mhm.
so I will be honest, the first time I heard somebody complain about not being able to gain weight, I was like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
But then they explained to me, like, so it's like telling somebody who's overweight, you probably shouldn't eat those french fries with that burger. And then saying to the skinny person, hey, you want my fries and my burger? You need it
Mhm.
more than I do.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
milkshake.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
milk, like, you need it more than I do. So that's when I understood, like, maybe they're not hungry. Maybe they have a metabolism faster than the speed of light. Like,
Yeah.
Or maybe they just have like a medical condition that like makes it hard for them to swallow.
Yeah.
swallow, it makes it hard for them to
Makes them
eat.
gag.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just, so yeah, for sure. I think it's awful
Mm-hmm.
either way of
Yeah.
the spectrum,
Yeah.
which I guess it doesn't tie anyway to the next one, but the next bullet point is exercising as a mean to earn food.
Mhm.
I
That
think
I'm talking
that,
about that also. Like I was saying, but I think whenever you were calling Mitch to bring your charger, I was saying that I would only eat the food that I had exercised for.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if it becomes super obsessive, like, that's a problem. Like, so like, I ate falafels twice this week. I'm just like really impressed with myself, and I know how guess I'm gonna be tomorrow because, anyways, so like that day I was like, well, my friend was like, well, you've had it twice this week, so if you double up on one day of working out. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, I had the anxiety attack after I took the dogs for a walk, and I only ordered food because I had just had an anxiety attack. So technically, I count both of those as a fucking workout.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and today I actually worked out, but I didn't feel like that food was a reward for working out. It just, but sometimes that's fucking problematic. Like,
Mhm.
that's not okay. Like, you can't, like, yeah, it can be motivating sometimes, but not when it's like every fucking meal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely been through. I know in the past I went through that, especially like in the swimming world. Like we swam so much, and we did like practices twice a day, and you know, like we needed to eat a lot, right? But then like maybe if I only went to practice once a day, I would say like, oh, like I should eat less, right? Because technically I exercise less, so technically I spent less calories, right? So there was a point in my life where like that was an issue. And then also when I quit swimming, or not quit swimming, when I went to college, right? And I stopped swimming, like that also became an issue because I went from exercising so much and like working out like basically 4 hours a day and needing to eat to be able to work out that much to like having to not having that practice to go to. So then it was like, okay, so my relationship with diet and exercising, like I had to work through that because I was like, okay, I guess I need to just somehow make myself do 4 hours worth of exercise so I can like keep eating the same way, right? So it kind of like took some time to like find the balance of my joy for exercising and also my joy of eating. But yeah, I've been through that struggle, and it is hard.
And now you can eat a full chocolate cake and be cool.
Yeah.
Girl,
As long as I'm drunk, I can eat. I'll
eat
be fine with
anything.
whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
So for that question, Sandy said yes.
What
That
was
is
the question?
that is offensive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fat, obese, and gorda. Are they offensive? Kylie said,
So these memes, are they offensive too? Like the quarantine memes that like people are, and I will admit that I posted them, but only because like I eat a lot and
you
I'm
mean like
not,
the gain 15, quarantine 15?
yeah,
Mhm.
or like me
I
coming
think they're
out,
funny.
me, yeah,
Yeah.
like me
Yeah.
going to the, like if it's like me going to the club with fuller cheeks and a little bit more belly, like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like for me, yes, I want to be I do want to lose weight, but in my mind, like the mental picture of myself is not some skinny girl that has a flat belly and a tiny waist. Like that is not my visual image of myself. Like I will always see myself as a thick girl, and I want to stay thick. Like I just want to be healthier thick.
Yeah.
Like that, I feel like as long as you are happy with the way that you view yourself, I think that's what you should work towards.
Yeah.
And as long as you're okay, like as long as you go to the doctor and you've gotten the right prescriptions and you've gotten the right medical attention that you have, like I think you're fine. You know, as long as you have a good balance between the two, because sometimes you can't control certain health issues.
Yeah.
But I think if you can find a good doctor that can help you, you're fine.
And not prescribe you millions of pills just to be
just for
given
shits and
to you.
giggles, just because of
And
big
to
pharma.
and to maybe ask you questions about lifestyle instead of just looking at a number on a scale, right? Like, hey, like, are you walking? Do you walk every day? Like, yeah, I walk every day. Like, are you active? Yeah, I'm active. Like,
but
okay,
not only
cool.
lifestyle, but genetics also, because I feel like genetics do play a major role. Like if you've met my family, you know that my entire family is a big, like we're big people, and I know that I'm never gonna be tiny. I'm never gonna be thin. I'm never gonna, and that's totally okay with me.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. So I feel like genetics play a major role in everything.
For sure. I had a 50-50 shot and I ended up with my mom's side of the ass instead of my dad's.
Yep.
No Satal.
No Satal. Anita, on the other hand, she ended up with the acetal.
The culita. So Sandy said yes, that is the words fat, gorda, and obese are offensive. Kylie said judgment wise, are coming as judgment, yes, but if you can say it about yourself in a way that is loving and accepting, maybe not.
Yeah.
The endearment, it comes into play a lot.
Yeah. And I think we mentioned that too.
It's all about it. Like it's just the way you use it. Like if you're using it to be a bully, fuck you. But if you're using it like I love you, gordita, then
exactly.
Yeah, that's different.
Like I look at my baby, my chunky baby, and I love her so much because of But see, that's the thing. Like, do you guys ever feel like you might get, like Anita, you say you see yourself as like a beautiful, like thick woman, right? And like, I have always been like on the thin side, right? But like, do you ever have like that pressure to stay a certain image no matter what that image is, right? Like you get stuck in an image as an image, right? Like Anita, like we all see you as this like beautiful thick girl, but then like what if like suddenly you lost like 100 pounds, right? Like your image,
it wouldn't be sudden, but okay.
I know, but like, okay, say I didn't see you in 2 years and then I saw you again and you had like lost like 100 pounds, right? Like, do you feel that pressure, that maybe that like pressure by like peers or something? Like my peers have always seen me as like this image. Do you think it'd be like completely weird if you lost 100 pounds? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it would be weird at first for them to see me. And I feel like honestly, like if it did happen, I feel like the words that you would say would be, "Oh, you look so good."
Really?
And why? Like, because every time people lose weight, they're like, "You look so good. What have you been doing?" Why losing weight? Why is losing weight making me look good?
Yeah.
But what if
that's another thing in diet culture that I don't like, is like, okay, I can be thick and still look good.
Yeah.
But what if people said you look weird?
Well, I would be surprised.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what...
like I get in like yeah, it's weird because it's like right now you're beautiful, you're thick, you're voluptuous.
Thank you.
And then
all right,
but
she's
what
getting
if
a big head.
what
I've
if
always had that.
You're gonna lose all this weight and you're still beautiful, voluptuous, and thick, and like right now we're telling you, wow, you look good, what are you doing? But then you lose 100 pounds and we're still like, girl, you look good, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I mean, that would be our relationship. But like, if you had said, if we're the same situation and you hadn't ever said those things to me, like we had never had this type of conversation about weight, and you always thought, oh, she's on the heavier side, but you always thought those things. You never commented on those things. And then all of a sudden, like Andy said, I came and I lost 100 pounds, and you then said, oh, you look good, what have you been doing? That's the type of like diet culture and like friendships, first of all, that you don't need. Because if you're with, like, I don't know, I'm not gonna go down that road like of friendship, but
Yeah.
you know, you got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mom always, first of all, my mom always says that I look prettier when I'm like heavier, like on the heavier side. That's why she like,
I'm the opposite.
when I was pregnant, like my mom was like, you were so beautiful when you were pregnant, right? Because I was like round blender. And then I like, and then now that I'm not pregnant anymore, she's like, you're too skinny, which is like, she's always said that.
It's a culture thing.
Yeah. You know, I've always been kind of like a thin girl, right? So I do feel like sometimes
I feel like you're fit. You're not thin, you're fit.
Well, yeah, fit. Yeah, fit. But that, like, what if I were to like stop working out? I said I hate working out, blah blah blah. I lost muscle, all that. Like I think sometimes there's like a pressure that's built up by like the people that know you, and like the label that you have in your friend group, right? Like, oh, you're the fit girl, or you're the foodie girl, you know what I mean? Like there's all these labels that you sometimes feel the pressure to like stay in that label, right? But Anita, do you feel that pressure? Like, oh, I am the beautiful fit girl in the group, and like do you ever feel that pressure of like, I can't lose too much weight, or like that is who I am in the group, so if I maybe lose that much weight, then that won't be me anymore, do you know what? And then like, who will you be in the group?
I don't think I feel that pressure from the group, but I do.
Is it part of your identity?
Yeah. Yes, it is a part of my identity.
Do you feel like you would lose your identity?
No, I don't think I would lose my identity if I lost that much weight. I would still be Anita. I would just, because I've always been a fit girl. I've always been like, because of my family. I'm not blaming on my family, but we are
genetics.
That's our genetics. Like we are destined to be thicker, and that's totally cool. But as a younger teenager, I remember being influenced a lot by my mom. She would always say, like, suck your gut in.
Gosh.
Like you got suck your gut in.
Yep.
And you'll look good, or
stand up straight.
Slouch, sit up straight. You don't need another sandwich. You're not hungry, just go play.
You're not hungry, you're just bored.
Right, you're not hungry, you're just bored. Those types of things. Like, so those negative comments made, I'm not trying to like say anything negative about her, but that was her culture and how she was you know? And maybe how her mom taught her.
And
that in my mind, I had to be skinny. And if I wasn't skinny, then I wasn't healthy. And so
did you ever feel like you weren't pretty if you weren't skinny?
Right. And I wasn't pretty if I wasn't skinny. And then over time, through seeing my aunt and how confident she was with being a thick woman, and being okay having 5 cookies, enjoying them, and not worrying about whatever she's saying or her mom is saying, and also seeing other thick girls and just like me that were beautiful, that might not have seen themselves as beautiful, but I saw them as beautiful. it made me more confident. And when I saw those girls, like there are a lot of plus size models now, and there used to not be. And because I've been able to see them in the world now, have been able to like give me confidence and
Yeah.
and help me see that thick is beautiful.
That's right.
But the last question for the Instagram thing was, do you believe that dieting and the mentality of dieting is learned or taught?
Okay. Do you think the mentality of is learned? Wait, what do you mean? It's the same thing, isn't it? Learned or taught? Like it's learned by somebody but taught by somebody.
Yeah. In order to have learning, you have to be taught.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I put learn/taught.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think
So-
it's totally a societal thing. I think it's a negative thing. I think it is because, I mean, my mom's side of the family, they've always been skinny. So she's used to all the women in her family being skinny, and skinny means healthy, skinny means pretty. So
or skinny is the norm for
yes,
her, right?
skinny is
So-
normal for her
Mhm.
because she got lucky. But
Mhm.
what she didn't realize is that she also had to take into account that my dad is thick, and so
Mhm.
is El Salvador. So,
Yeah.
like, it's just two different cultures where in El Salvador is like, "Ooh, girl, you got an ass," and Ecuador is like, "Ay, mijita, you want to
Yeah.
put that down?"
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean for
But
you know,
still eat rice with every meal.
yes, girl, yes. But all of us in some way for different reasons, we all brought up our moms, right? And it's because
yes.
they had an impact on us and
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
taught us stuff.
Yeah.
So we learn from them. It did, I'm sure Talia has no idea what size she is, right? And like she won't until the people around her make her aware of it,
Yes.
whether in a positive way or a negative way. So like she looks in the mirror and she smiles, right? Like she
Mhm.
Yes,
laughs.
she
like
loves
that's
it.
what we are.
And that's what I want to
Yeah.
keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. So, okay. I gotta pee so bad, y'all.
Yeah,
We
me
gotta wrap
too.
this
And,
up.
okay, so we ready?
Yeah.
Well, in conclusion,
In conclusion,
I'm not
love
fat or
yourself.
skinny.
And I'm
And-
thick and beautiful.
I'm fit.
We don't know where Steph lies in the spectrum, but I guess in the middle. I might, whatever. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Beautiful.
That's
I
right.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
On that note, love yourself, gorditas, no matter
Yes.
what.
Yes.
Look in the mirror and tell yourself something.
Tell
positive.
yourself
Positive.
Everyone's
Something
a good
positive.
at heart.
Yes.
And that is a great thing.
Yes.
En tres,
Dos.
dos. What were you gonna say, Anita? Hold on. What were you
Okay.
I'm waiting for it
Okay.
because
Tres.
it's not gonna go.
Dos. Uno. Puta
Puta
vida.
vida.
Okay. I think that was amazing.
All right. Bye.
Close
Okay,
enough. Love you guys.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.